This artwork is for a good friend of mine, Sugix Anantra, for his guitar solo album titled A New Story. He wants to convey the theme of a new adventure or new journey and then combine with some visual of Balinese elements or ornaments. So I start from this image of a Balinese carving, and then I use this image and then I duplicate it to create a unique circle entrance. Then I use this stair image to create a surrealistic floating stair. And then the sky image in the background to give a contrasting look to the artwork. Now this is the speed art of making this artwork. So starting from this image, I start cutting some elements. I'm separating each of these elements on a separate layer. So I cut the left and right characters and separate them from a different layer, and then also the floral or the ornaments there, which I further will adjust their positions and scales or maybe rotate them to create a different composition. And then I take this image from Unsplash and I cut the entrance there, and I'm going to duplicate that to create a unique circle entrance. And then here I try to recompose the position of each element of that carvings to create an interesting look and just to fill some empty space on the top and the bottom. I use a simple blue gradient to create the first sky before adding some details there. And now I start making the elements goes darker, mostly with exposure tool. And then finally I add the sky, and I modify the shapes by using free transform and some warp tool. And here I start adding some stairs, some surreal floating stair that maybe you are familiar if you're playing video games or action or fantasy movies. So I got inspiration from there and I create 3 stepping stones there. Now finally I create some lighting effects on the surface of those elements by using brush tool on a layer with a screen blending mode. Here I duplicate the circle gate to create depth of that gate so that it doesn't look so flat from this point of view. And here what I try to achieve is to make the surface of that ornament gets more rough, not so smooth as before, as you can see there. So it gives a kind of ancient look. Actually, this is not the character that I used for the final artwork, and I changed this character in the last hour because I think it doesn't really fit the idea that I want to create in the first place. This guy looks a little bit too modern or too anime for me, but unfortunately I didn't record that parts where I changed this character. And here I try to fix that edge which is unfortunately cut, or maybe the source image didn't include that edge, so I fixed that by duplicating the edge, and then I adjust the lighting and also delete that parts to give more hollow look on that ornament. The remaining process of making this work is to adjust the tones or lighting to my preference until I get satisfied to it. And that's it for the video of making this artwork. I hope you guys enjoy it, and until then, see you in the next videos.